Look at that. Sunday night again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Now What?
It's a week gone by.
It's gone by, and it was weak, just like the show's going to be tonight. Why do anything different?
Saturday was really a nice day.
It was beautiful. Yeah, I'll tell you
12
what.
degrees.
Yeah, it was beautiful and sunny yesterday to the point where I was wearing shorts and one of my famous Hawaiian shirts. I was out. I even went suntanning in the backyard there. And I get up this morning because I live in a basement dungeon. That's the only room that's available in this house. And I have really no windows. So I put on the shorts and my Hawaiian shirt, walked up the stairs to go outside to run some errands this morning. Snow. And I just turned around, started crying, came down and got dressed again.
Well, since you've already hit that.
What do you mean?
Smart Sound.
It snowed.
I didn't know you were going to do all that fanfare. I would have shut up for a minute.
No, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I still have those bits. And I thought it was great.
Yes. And how was your day?
Yesterday or today?
Well, you had your D&D game last
Yeah,
night.
yesterday was
with your
Dungeons
buddies
and
over,
Dragons.
and they all brought a bunch of specialty beers. And you say you weren't hungover this morning, but I think
I
you
wasn't
were.
hungover.
You didn't look well.
No, I didn't sleep well.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. You know what? I kept hearing noises outside.
Oh.
And so I went and I looked outside.
What?
And you know the great big TV box? You threw
Yeah, the one we
threw
haven't
between
thrown
there?
away yet. Yeah.
You threw between the houses.
Yeah.
Well, I looked and I thought, well, the wind had knocked it over.
Was somebody watching it?
No, the window had knocked it over
Oh.
and it filled up and I guess it scraped against the house.
Oh.
But it was windy as all hell though. And I kept hearing noises and it kept freaking me out. Because, sometimes people try to break into garages.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and I looked outside and it was standing back up again. The wind had blown it back up.
That's outrageous.
And I now I've got my brain going, somebody's behind the house, between the house and the garage.
Wow, I'm almost interested.
And I was freaked out. So I kept waking up.
Well, I got up to pee because I'm 58. And because
You mean that's the only reason?
Okay, yeah. I got this huge hernia that I'm getting operated on in January, stemming from the cancer surgery that was in January, blah, blah, blah. And I got to wear this girdle, this truss, and it pushes down on my bladder. So my bladder can only take so much. You don't need to hear this. I'll just tell you.
No, keep going.
And so I lie down and all of a sudden I got to pee. Get up. Kinda. It's not a prostate thing. That's already been
You
done.
get to dribble.
Oh, fuck. Why do you have to go that way? So I got to sleep around 4 a.m. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you wake up with dry sheets?
I think so. Hey, I brought my guitar.
And that's my face.
I know. I brought this guitar out other than the fact that I only know 4 chords. It's
That
signed.
wasn't one, right?
It's signed. It's kind of faded now, but it's signed by Larry Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers.
Right on.
And there's a great story behind this. Don't start playing. I got to tell a story.
Go ahead.
Larry Gatlin was on breakfast television a number of years ago. And we got the warning, the crew, because we were a bit salty in our language off camera. Larry Gatlin's coming in to pre-tape a segment for tomorrow's show. He didn't want to come in too early, so he came in around 11. So we're all in our best behavior. He's born-again Christian, didn't want to hear nothing. It was July in Winnipeg. It must have been 30-something degrees. It was very warm. And he walks into the studio with his buddies and his little entourage. First thing he says is, "Man, it's hotter than 2 squirrels fucking in a wool sock." I don't get it, but I said, okay, we're good. And anyways, he signed my guitar. Thank you very much for that.
It actually has got a nice tone to it.
Yeah, it does. It needs to be tuned, but...
I just tuned it.
Oh, you did? Thank you. Are you going to regale us with a tune?
Oh, I'm not that good.
Oh, here we go.
My son has been playing guitar.
I hear him upstairs playing licks all over the place.
And he's only been playing for a couple of months, and he's playing Michael Jackson's
Beat It. The intro to that, which Eddie Van Halen played on.
He did, absolutely. He was just upstairs doing some Green Day, doing all the lead stuff for Green Day.
We're heavily influenced by the Beatles. Can I have my guitar back before you sweat on it? The guy sweats breathing.
I snore while I'm awake.
Yeah, I know.
So you talked about two squirrels fucking in a sock.
Yeah.
Do you know how many flies it takes to screw in a light bulb?
How many flies does it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know.
2, but I don't know how they get in it.
2 flies to screw. Oh, screw in a light bulb. Oh, okay.
And you're the comedian.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man.
So
Pop-Tart?
Pop Tarts. You know, I've never had a Pop Tart.
Are you kidding me?
No,
The shit you eat? You're the worst diet on the planet. Here, have a Pop-Tart.
I'd rather just have half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that now. And then you're
Because
gonna...
if I don't like it,
Oh, you'll love it. It's fake strawberry with fake bread and fake frosting. I'm convinced the people that who makes this crap, I don't know, tried to make drywall and it didn't work out so well.
no, it worked out. That's drywall.
Oh boy.
I've heard there's chocolate ones too.
Yeah, you know what that is? Looks like somebody literally shit on drywall.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of, no, that's not a good segue for
Oh.
Taz. I was at Mulvey Market as I'm off and I'm on the weekends. And if you haven't been in Winnipeg, it is the best indoor flea market, I believe, in the city. And you always find something treasurable, something you always find.
I found a Darth Vader there.
You know, I saw a Howdy Doody ventriloquist dummy this weekend. I didn't buy it, but I'm thinking about it. And on that note, I ran into this guy, my good buddy, and everybody's good pal, Big Daddy Taz.
I gotta go. I gotta find 2 squirrels in a sock.
How you doing, pal?
How about a gopher and an idiot?
Is that the same person?
No, that's,
Can't
it was nice running into you at the mall. That was twice now we've run into each other.
yeah. Well, and we've been missing each other because I see you ahead of time. But yeah, no, it was great. I was popped out and saw you and was looked at getting some more. So I was after some coffee.
All right. I'm a little offended because when I saw you, you said, "Well, Johnny, I gotta go. I gotta take my son somewhere." I'm like, "All right, man, see ya." So I walk around the market for like 40 minutes, come back. You're
come
two
back and
booths,
I'm
you're two
still
booths
trying to make-
down,
I'm
looking
still
at
trying to
more
make a
stuff.
deal.
And then you're further down, and about 20 minutes later at another booth. I'm like, wait a minute.
Weeby's called me and goes, "Dad, I don't want to go out. It's too cold." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll stay home. I'll keep doing what I'm doing." He goes, "Are you at the mall? Are you at the market?" And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm never gonna see you."
I know. It's such a neat place. And well, you have a vested interest in that because I mean, we mentioned this before, but worth mentioning again. You're now kind of bent. You've always been a collector, but you've started to bend your business with a kind of a sideline of that.
Yeah, like comic books and collectibles and stuff like that. Mostly comic books. The last little bit, I just bought a collection of a collection. There was a collection in town that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, a fella passed away, and he was a hoarder. Him and his mom were hoarders. And there was the fella that bought the house went through the place and found these comic books, and then got a hold of a friend of mine and said, "Are these worth anything?" And they were worth a lot of money. So I helped him appraise the collection, and then I ended up buying a chunk of the collection so that I could some for my own personal stuff, but mostly just all for sale. So we've finally got it all listed and graded and send some stuff out to CGC to get graded. And then I just fell in love with comics again. I went to, I spent 4 hours going through another, not quite, about 3 hours, I guess. You didn't know and it didn't matter, but that's my OCD. Like, no, it's 2 hours and 48 minutes, right? But I just love I love the art on the comics and things like that. Just the same as those games we were looking at. The artwork on the front of those game boxes that we were looking at there at Buddy's place. And it's just, you know what? I have a lot of other art that we ended up having to sell when pandemic hit. I had some original Leo Mall bronzes and original Leo Mall stuff, and we ended up selling that so that we could, pay off stuff so that we could survive. And now I'm able to get back.
That's the way it is, right?
Yeah.
Hey, talking about collectibles, grab that other one that you got, the blue and red, the biggie.
Oh,
Hey, Mark, we're talking, buddy.
I know. I had to stop it somehow.
How you doing, Golf?
Not bad. How are you doing, buddy?
You know what? I'm happy lately. I mean, which is great because I spent almost a year incredibly depressed, and now I'm feeling happier than ever and more you know. Yep.
Look at the size of this thing.
That's what
They're
she
called
said.
biggies. I have the Ben Affleck Batman, and now Spider-Man, and I'm looking for the Christopher Reeve Superman that's out there, but I'm sure it's very expensive. So,
I asked you to bring him up because number one, he's cool,
yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
and you guys are both into comic books.
There's
And
a Hulk one as well, I think.
Is there really?
yes, there is. I saw that movie once.
That must be huge.
Oh well, maybe not a biggies, but there is a Hulk one. Ashley at 204 Comics, which is the new comic place.
On Meadowood.
On Meadowood, yeah. And,
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Oh well, we'll go. I go there. Well, I went every day for the first week that it was open, just searching for stuff. But there was it's a beautiful store. It's clean. Ashley and
It's clean.
it's clean. Like it's because a lot of them are dingy and dark.
Well,
and,
yeah, of course.
And I don't know how to change my background. I'd show you his logo, but
your background, you change it by you go down. You see, there's a little gear
go
that
down.
says Ken and Mike on it.
oh yeah, okay.
So you go down there, you click on Cam,
Camera. Okay,
Right.
got it.
and then on the left you see green screen.
Ah, got it. There we
You
go.
click on that, and then you can load a picture in there
Where'd he go?
and change it to whichever you like.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let's do this. Let's do
So-
this.
Meanwhile, I have no idea what they're doing.
Well, he's changing the background. So
you
he can
want to
show
look
us
at
the logo.
Niagara Falls with my ViewMaster? That's as technical as I
Actually,
get.
one of the reasons I asked you to bring up Spider-Man is that you guys are both into comics, and I enjoy them a little bit. I don't have the same love for them as you guys do, but I do remember one thing. It was comic-y, and I used to love it, and I don't know why I love it because when I look back on it, man, it sucked. But I wanted to get your guys' impression.
Your
on it.
guises? That's
Your
not even
guys's.
a word.
No,
Sure it
like
is.
I can't make it work. So there we go. I couldn't
That's
get
all
it.
right. That background is fine.
It's New York. It's New York talk, guys.
That's not a word.
yeah, gangster
guys.
stuff.
So what are we going?
I think that may be one of the guises that you have is somebody that knows grammar.
Yeah, there you go. So here,
It's not my guises, but it's this guises.
yeah. Do you remember
There you
this?
Is this from the electric company?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
True believers, what happens when a furry monster from the frozen north, an abominable
Spider-Man
snowman
on the
known
Electric
to his
Company.
friends as the
I
Yeti,
remember this.
threatens a
Yeah.
large metropolitan area? You're about
Spidey
to find
and the
out
Yeti.
as Spidey meets the Yeti. It's a warm summer day, and a young woman is about to refresh herself with a double
What?
scoop fudge
She's
triple
refreshing
ice
herself with
cream
a
cone.
double scoop of
When
ice cream.
suddenly,
That's Susan from the
Well, what gets me is she's holding the ice cream, and she doesn't feel this thing sit on her.
But first of all, that looks like a really bad Star Trek villain.
Doesn't it?
He has an ice
I
cream
just
cone
want to
up
know
his
how
ass.
he ate that with his ass.
hey, you come back here! You just bit my cone.
No, he stuck it up his ass is what he did.
To keep in shape.
Uh-oh,
appears
there goes
on the
Spidey.
scene.
Spider-Man was
Spider-Man,
jogging
am I
through the
glad to
shape.
see you. Some big furry monster just came in here. and
Spider-Man
sat
looks
on
like he
my
weighs
double
97
scoop
pounds.
fudge triple
No
ice
kidding.
cream cone.
No, right? And yet,
What kind of sound effect is that?
You're telling me. I mean, the parks just aren't safe anymore.
didn't tell her
Look,
anything.
You better catch this furry monster, or I'm gonna stop reading your comic books.
let's blackmail Spidey.
Not that.
So, Spidey sets off to try and find this menace to double scoop fudge ripple ice cream cones.
How do you not find
Meanwhile,
him? Meanwhile.
in another part of the city, an off-duty policeman is about to enjoy a well-deserved snack.
Grape soda.
Samuel L.
with
Oh
Jackson.
my gosh! Do you know who that is? Look who
That's
that
the
is.
way I like it.
Morgan Freeman.
That's
Morgan
Morgan
Freeman, that's
Freeman.
right. Morgan Freeman.
And the Yeti sits on his drink.
He sucks his drink up his ass now.
Hey!
This is awful.
Well, I wish that Yeti could see that he.
Please! That's me. Oh, Spider-Man. Boy, am I glad you're here. This
Why? He
big
hasn't done anything
furry
yet.
thing just came along here, sat right on my grape soda. If I hadn't been off duty, why, I'd have arrested him for
Can you
unlawful sitting.
imagine he went on what he's gone on? Morgan Freeman?
Sounds like the Yeti.
Uh-oh.
It should sound like the Yeti. It is the Yeti.
Thank you.
Lord.
Other
You notice
mischief
the
is he up
resemblance
to?
it has?
Meanwhile,
Big white beard?
The Yeti's a lot less hairy. What is this? Deer Lodge?
with it. Roscoe, I hope you love it. And you
Oh my gosh, is that
I got one.
You wouldn't do that in COVID times.
is that
This
Gilda
is-
Radner?
I'm not sure.
Whoa, now he's eating a cake with his ass.
That's not what I wished for. That's not what I wished for either.
He sounds like the grandfather in Christmas Vacation.
That's not what I wish for.
Somebody
that's
got
it.
ice cream and sat on our cake, and he wasn't even invited anyhow.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
Gilda.
not.
She was in Toronto at that time. How long is it?
Just a few more minutes.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta.
I gotta go at 8:17,
Who
so
was that red
that's
and blue
okay.
person?
the web slinger tried
The
to
one
figure
thing I
out
always
why
loved
the
was
Yeti would
when he
want to
swung
sit on an
his
ice
webs.
cream.
Here, let's speed up a little bit.
Yeah,
Give
would you?
Spidey another idea.
Okay, I'd rather watch this than watch you.
All right, I agree.
You put out a bunch of things, but we shit on.
I think the Yeti's being played by Richard Gere.
Uh-oh. You know Sasquatch is often confused with
There we
Bigfoot.
go. There you go. The web didn't even hit him yet. And he falls over.
All right, Fuzzy. I'm
Yeah.
not off duty anymore.
All right,
You're
Fuzzy.
under arrest.
Yeah, you're coming with me, eh?
No. What do you mean, no, webhead?
He's only homesick.
Well, I thought I was gonna be
He's only
homesick, but I
homesick.
feel better now.
Double scoop fudge ripple ice cream cones.
So if he eats with his ass, how does he burp?
He wasn't eating them. He was sitting down to cool down. The Yeti and not in the North Pole.
Oh, I get it now.
So I had to share that with you two.
Well, I heard it.
You didn't have to, but you did. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
You
Thanks,
know,
buddy.
Bigfoot is confused with Sasquatch, yet he doesn't let it bother him.
Yeah, he doesn't let it bother him.
Andrew.
I was waiting for Morgan Freeman to go. I'd like to say that Yeti fought the good fight, but we all know what's going on with the
Very good. That's very good.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Walked through 5 miles of shit that day.
The Yeti redemption.
That,
Well, let's switch gears a little bit here.
the shot.
One more thing. I mean, you collect the comics. You're doing all the things. You're getting the business going. How to, like, if somebody's watching this now and says, "Hey, I'd like to check out," I want to buy stuff. I want to see if he has this issue or that issue. What's the best way to get you?
He's got lots of issues.
I've got tons of issues. One of them is that when Mark interrupts you.
Well, get used to it.
Just get a hold of me on Facebook and stuff. I'll be posting. I'll be posting the collection on my Facebook page, and then I might even create a small a website or something like that. But yeah, it's time. I'm getting rid of everything else. Why not get rid of this?
Why don't you make a Facebook business page?
I don't know how to do that, and I tried it for Tazzy Reed stuff, and Facebook just keeps stalking me after that.
Really?
And
Really?
stuff. Yeah, it was just like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do the. Calm down. We haven't even got on a second date there, Facebook.
Second
No, you
date.
can. It's not overly hard, or you can make a group. You can make a group for it too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look into that. My one of my buddies is really good at that, and we'll figure it all out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not good at that stuff
But
either.
you brought up Tazzy Reeds, and one of the reasons I told him to get a hold of you for the show was
This is
wanted to
great.
congratulate you. You got a letter from the mayor congratulating you on 1 year.
I got a letter from CRA, and I thought it was the same thing, but it was different.
So let's
Congratulations.
let's
Thank you
chat
very
about that. Tell the folks what happened.
I got a I got a letter from the mayor that just said I could probably read it. It was emailed to me. I didn't get the apparently the hard copies in the mail, but I can let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah, please do, because it's very poignant and it really hits home to like great work.
I
you've done.
thought maybe they would have given him the key to the city, so I'm giving him the key to your car.
That's okay.
I've already had the key to that car, to be honest.
Yeah, he's one who
He gave it back to you, right?
Yeah. You
You
got it, Val?
Yeah, I'm looking comic book. There we go. Letter from the mayor. Let's see if I can
All
read this here. Dear Big Daddy Taz, I want to recognize your generosity of spirit and your commitment to our city, particularly our youngest citizens, as you mark the first anniversary of your reading series for children trapped at home amid the pandemic. The joy that you are bringing to youngsters and their families each night is priceless. Like many of us, you probably did not expect for the pandemic would have lasted a year of storybooks, but there is no question that Tazzy Reads has helped so many Winnipeggers more easily pass the time. At a time when routines are hard to keep and families are stressed and people are stressed and people need your message, you are not alone. More than ever. You are not alone more than ever. You have become a lifeline. I know that you must be yearning to get back to live shows and whatever the new normal will be. On behalf of the city of Winnipeg, I want to thank you for being you. You make our city better, and I want you to know that it's greatly appreciated. Brian Bowman.
There we go. That is fantastic.
So congratulations, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. It was validation, right? I mean, there's great validation. But I'll tell you something here. Let's see if I can pull this up. There's great validation, but I'll tell you, there is no better validation than see if I can find this here.
Is this the young gentleman laughing?
Yeah. So here we go.
Beautiful.
Sounds like
This is.
This is the fart book, and this young man is laughing his butt off. That's beautiful.
That's my buddy Justin.
Well, Justin, you have good taste. He's killing himself laughing over. Well, who would laugh at a fart book?
It was it was, and what made him laugh is that there's a ninjas farts and this farts, and then I read even people reading book farts, and I made a farty sound. Everybody assumes with my mouth, and yeah, there's a great book called Almost Everybody Farts, and it's up, and then it goes, even your mother oh no, she doesn't. Mothers don't fart. That's
they fluff.
They that's it. And then my mom goes, oh, fluff your pillow. No, I don't want you to do that.
No, there'll be no fluffing of the pillow.
That's it. But you know what? It's been, like we've said before, it's every time I doubt that I should be doing it anymore, thinking, that maybe it's run its course, and maybe nobody's going to tune in tonight, and Justin tunes in every night, and then I get a letter from the mayor, and then I get that letter from the mayor has got it's got 976 likes and comments, and
wonderful.
You'll never know the people that you affect by your kind words or your harsh words. So I try very hard to not be who I was in the past, to try to be as loving as I can. Well, and especially to myself, right? I forgot that I was reading. I was doing a show for kids, and I said the most important thing is that you have to stand up for yourself, but also stand up to yourself. And that's what that's my new keynote for kids, is about learning to stand up to yourself, because sometimes we talk the worst to ourselves that we would ever talk to anybody else.
Yeah, we're always our worst own critics.
That's
right?
true. And you know what? Going back to the book you were reading to the young man, farts. I don't care how old you are. I'm going to be 59. They're funny. And if you ask my daughter Brittany, she's proud to tell you that the first app I got in my new phone is the fart app. You can pick the 38, the aftershock, the air squeak, the butt trumpet, the butt sneeze, baby fart. Here we go. That's good.
No, that one there.
Oh, that's good. Which one?
The crop seal.
That sounds like a car.
You need,
Oh my, the butt trumpet. See, they're funny. I'm trying to be mature, but
this just turned into a 1980s early or
How much did
morning
that
show.
cost?
the app was free, Mark. Actually, you can just sit here and rip
And
them off without your phone.
It's free and it's a gas, buddy.
Whoa, hello. Pull
Hello.
the finger. Pull the
See,
finger.
you don't need that though. The whole idea of being able to make fart noise, it's important to know that a fart isn't. If you fart like that, go see a doctor. Something's broken and wrong and hanging out. But it's just this. You have to have it has to have multiple levels. It's got to be. That's and I'm good at that. I mean, there was a time where whenever Miss Christie bends over to do anything in the kitchen, I'm like,
No. All right, cut it out. You
So
bastard.
I know, and so we went to pre-pandemic. We're at this is a true story. We're at Superstore,
Yes.
and you know me, Johnny. You know I don't like crowds, right? I mean, I like being in
No.
front of crowds, but I don't like crowds. So there's it's crowded, and the more uncomfortable I get, the goofier I get. The goofier I get, the more comfortable I feel.
Right.
And so Miss Christie is reaching out to get something, ironically, probably muesli or something. And we're at Superstore and it's packed. And she leans up and she goes, "Oh," and I go, "Oh." And we're all laughing. And then she turns around and gives me the look that would melt the testicles off the devil.
Right.
And
right.
it was so uncomfortable that the guy next to me looked at her and went, "Sorry," and walked away.
Wow. I have a. You played Yorkton, right? The Holiday Inn,
Yeah.
not the Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn.
Yeah, HOLLY Day Inn. Well,
Yeah.
fellow comedian Jimmy Mack and I were doing a run for what was his name from Northwind, Robert.
Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, buddy. Yeah, and so we have all day to kill. For those who don't know, when you're a comedian, you work 1 hour a night and you have all day to kill. So we're in Yorkton and we go to the store there to look for toys, as we often do, as we all do. And Mac and I are walking up and down the aisle, and I don't know what possessed him, but he let this low-hanging fruit fly, and there was no noise, but man, it had hang time.
Oh god, yeah.
And so we're going around the corner to get away from it. We come up again and go back, and there's a mother in the aisle. He just ripped one in, holding her baby up, sniffing his ass. Wow.
I was
Why are farts so funny? I mean,
Because they're funny.
oh, that's hilarious. I was at Superstore one time with Weebeast mom Janelle and our friend Jessica, and Weebeast was in the little and he was in the cart.
All right.
And I got out and I looked around. There's nobody behind me, and I just let one rip. I mean, a really long, great one, I'm pretty sure. And
You're asking to take a breath?
then I hear this behind me. Oh, I got to get upwind of that. And I look around, and I look like this, and I look like that, but my shoulders are big. The guy was right behind me. I let this thing rip, and he goes, "Oh, I better get upwind of that." And he walks in, and he looks over and goes, "Hey, you're Taz." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, nice, nice."
So once when Odin was about 10, and we were sitting watching a movie, and he's sitting right beside me, and I let one go that shook the couch, and I just looked down at him. I said to him, "Did you just fart in my pants?"
Nice.
And the look on my kid's face was this one of terror.
Well, you let a mud duck go.
He just
Well,
said,
Now,
"No."
everybody at home, I don't know if you noticed, but these two both have talked about how they've been so lovely and farting in public, and Johnny Youngberg didn't have a story to tell because I'm very
Because he
shy
blames
that
it
way.
on other people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You were brought up properly."
No, kind of. In many ways, but in other ways, not so much.
In the early 90s, I was on air at the BCIT radio stations.
Was it
BCIT? It was CFML. And what
the film?
Yeah, something like that. Well, it's a college radio station. Basically, it's a 2-year course, and second years have to run the station, and it runs 24 hours a day, and everybody does something different in the station.
Right.
So I was on the morning show. It was the week after that great big earthquake down in San Francisco.
That was 1919.
San
No.
Diego.
San Diego. Thank you. The one, it was 93 or 94. And so I said, you got to think about the trauma that caused of the young boy when his father said at that moment, pull my finger. And then all of a
the
sudden,
whole time.
and then I see the little red light come on. I'm being called to the office after the show.
Well, there you go. Making fun of
Too
destruction.
young, too soon, too soon.
Speaking of,
Frank Gorshin, who of course played the original Riddler, and
that's right.
we were hanging out, and he comes off the stage. I come off the stage, and after the show is done, he goes, Tazzy, I got to tell you, that's the funniest fart joke I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. He goes, don't ever fucking do it again. Because
Really?
it's beneath you. I go, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep doing it because it's hilarious. He goes, yeah, but it's not classy. And it was a simple. I
Is
said,
that the one where you have to take a breath halfway through it?
Yeah, right. Hey, he's stepping on my line by. I said fart was so long that halfway through it, I heard my butt go.
That's right. I didn't mean to blow it for you, but
Oh, you gotta love.
but I mean, that stuck in my memory. So there you go.
It was. I remember Josh yelling out one night. We had an Irish wake here, and he yells out. He's young. He goes, Dad, you ever had a fart so bad it made you leave your own room? I go, why? He goes, come here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've turned this whole conversation into 40 minutes of fart joke.
Well, you know,
But
But you know what? It's fun, right?
It is fun. It is fun.
Silly, and it's childish, and
yeah.
it really just is what it is. And
it gets boring being an adult.
I
all
love the
time.
girls that say, I don't fart. Yeah, really? Yeah, really?
you'll explode if you don't fart.
I slept next to you.
You know, I always wondered where. You know, I have this one girlfriend. I won't say her name because if she's watching, she'll know I'm talking about her.
Inflatable?
And no, she was not.
That wasn't a
Although
fart, that was a leak.
with how long that went on, you would think she was inflatable and sprung a leak because I thought she was carrying an extra tank of gas with her.
My
It
God.
went for so long. I'm like, really? We're driving along. I'm like, really? And you don't even crack the window? It's like,
No, it would do it on its own.
I'll tell you what, if she was able to crack the window by farting, I'd be very impressed.
I'd be impressed. But
surprised she didn't.
let's spin this around a bit. I want to start talking about something that you and I mentioned with comedy and laughter and a whole bit. And I'm so tired of talking about COVID, but it has to be addressed. Performing, you're still able to perform, and a lot of us are virtually with the Zoom comedy. I'm just going to speak about comedy right now,
Yeah, for sure.
which we know you need the energy from a live audience. At least I do, because it can take the show in a whole different direction.
Mhm.
But
Yep,
you're doing well with it, and let's talk about that. How
How are you getting around that?
I'm not. I'm just doing it. You hear. So when I do my show, the rule is everybody has their microphones on, and I have to have all. I need to see some people, right? That's the way it is. Friday I had four events, and 2 for school and two corporates, and so. The school ones, I because they use Teams, I could only see one person, and it was hard as hell. And I was playing to one person, and then that person's camera went off, and I ended up just playing to a blank screen. So I hated it. I hated every moment of it. But I got nice emails after saying thank you for doing it. Now, the one that we did, I did one for Rumors for the Dental Association. There was, 24 people on the screen, and I could see it. I only need 3 or 4 people, and I love to hear the laughter, but it's different. I've learned to listen with my eyes.
Yeah,
right? I've learned, and we did one last Saturday, and none of the cameras were working, so I ended up performing to Patrick McKenna, and I think it was Patrick McKenna and Colin Mockery. That was the only two screens that were open. And so I did make McKenna do a spit take when I said that I found out that because I shave my head, toques don't stay on my head very well unless it's day 2. Then you can't get them off but I said I've got my wife, right? She got a toque and I got a jam like this, and I said after 3 minutes of shoveling the walk, I look like a poorly knit condom.
Oh,
and McKenna's like, right?
Now, for those who don't know who Patrick McKenna is,
Patrick McKenna is Harold
Green.
from Red Green, right?
Yep.
But it's so hard to do it when you can't hear. And what the hell do I say, what am I supposed to do after? Right? Usually I go good night and I walk off the stage. Now it's good night, and I just sit there for a second and go, do you need to say anything before I hang up? It's really odd. So when somebody said, well, what do you normally do? They said, get up and walk. I said, okay, so just get up and walk away. So I did, but I forgot I had my lav on, which was attached to my speaker, but the cord was around the camera. So when I start leaving, and you see the camera just give just like that, actually. Just knock the speaker off.
That's crazy. It's funny. It's funny you used a term that I've used before. Listen with your eyes. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a funny person, but I am a good disc jockey, and I pride myself on that. But you're sitting there and you got loud speakers on either side of you. All you can hear is what's coming out of those. You can't hear the people talking about whether they like the song or what they're saying, right? So you have to watch them. You have to watch the little cues that they give you, tapping their hands on the table, not bopping their heads, tapping their feet. And you can see who enjoys the music by listening with your eyes. And when I'm teaching other DJs, that's what I always tell them. Listen to the crowd with your eyes, because you can't hear them.
No, but that's a good point.
It's a very interesting term.
I've
never heard anybody else use it.
That's a very good point. However, when you're doing something, whether it's a public speaking or comedy, when you totally depend on the audience, not totally, but depend on the audience reaction.
Feedback, I get that.
Which builds that energy, and some guy might say something in a live audience. It takes a show that way, right?
Don't get me wrong.
Or
I get
that
that.
way.
I get that. It's a totally different game, comedy, to what I do.
No, I understand what you're both saying, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the new norm. You now wait for the adulation to come via email as opposed to feeling the laughter. Right.
Well,
and Kelly Taylor, I said, Kelly, turn your mic. Oh, he goes, no, I've never turned the mics on because you get feedback. I go, you don't get feedback from you having a speaker on. It's somebody else, somebody in the same room with 2 speakers on. That's when you're getting the feedback.
Right.
Oh, I didn't realize. So he did a show for me a few weeks ago, and I said, listen, turn your mic on. He goes, oh man, Taz is genius. I haven't been having my. So he was doing them all cold, without even hearing anybody laughing, right?
Wow.
I speed up fast if I don't hear. I'm like, you're
reciting it. You're reciting it.
Yeah, and it's not as much fun until I see that first laugh.
Yeah.
And now people go, right? Why don't you stand up? I go, because I'll be this big. Now I can do this. I can do this, and I consider. This is what I do. I sit here and I have my show. I lean and we talk, and my mental health seminars are all sitting down, and that's what's important. This year would have been my 20th annual Big Daddy Taz and Friends, which is coming up on April 29th. And I had it all planned out, and we were going to actually have it at a bigger venue this year, maybe a 3,000 person venue, because we were going to go all out. And I saved money for it, and this year is my 30th year of comedy. November 21st was the first year I stepped on stage, so I had put together a budget for a fundraising show that day, and that's all gone to shit. So this year, because I refused to have my 20th annual online, it's the 19 and a half annual Big Daddy Taz and Friends.
Yeah.
And tickets are $20 a screen. I'll post on Facebook. And on my website, so people can buy tickets. And I need to sell another 100 tickets, otherwise we're going to have.
What is your website?
BigDaddyTaz2Zs.com.
BigDaddyTaz2Zs.com. How easy is that? And watch, magically, it's going to appear on the screen because Mark here is going to. Oh, look at that! Yeah,
the lineup's stellar too, right? I mean, it's it's the people like some of them I wanted to have in like I have an idea and I don't want to say anything from my actual 20th because I really want to hit it. But Rob Pugh and Tim Nutt, Pete Zedlacker, Jen LaBelle, and Lark Miller are all going to be doing the show.
Great names.
Great. It's gonna be awesome, right? And then for no reason, I have Amazing Spider-Man number 34, $30. I don't know what that means on my list, but
did you just write on it?
Amazing. Did I just write on Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes. Don't do that.
No.
Silly.
I'm learning how to take writing off of books and stuff. Fire. But yeah, no, I would love it if people could buy some tickets and if you can't afford it, you let me know and I will. There's many charities. So this year what we've done is that when you go to the Eventbrite, you get to choose what charity you want to support, and they get half of the ticket sales.
Fantastic.
So CNIB, the Hunting Society, one of the Rotary clubs, Variety Club. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting a few of them because I mean my brain is not there.
How does that work? You can only have half.
What you do is you go to Eventbrite, you buy your ticket, and then you click. All you have to do is click on who you want to support with a charity. So you want to buy the ticket through the Variety Club.
Oh, so half of your ticket.
Half of their ticket, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, because of the total amount, you only have one half. So you're fighting over it.
That's it. We're getting the flying headbutts there.
That's right. Well, that's fantastic. It really is. And we'll all wait patiently for the 20th, the real one. And honest to goodness, we talked about this today. I don't see anything happening until 2022. I'd like to think otherwise, but we're backpedaling. We're backpedaling.
We're creeping up to 200 cases a day.
Yeah.
Ontario has 45 or 4,300 today or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know what? Don't give a shit if you believe in wearing masks or you believe in stay. You know what? Whatever we can do to try to cull this, that's what we have to do. Yep. It's not you versus the world, right? And I just talked to somebody who I love and respect that says, I'm not going to get the vaccine because it's a government conspiracy. All the governments are conspiring. I go, wow. Hang on, let me finish. World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, Korea conflict, the Korean conflict, Afghanistan and all that. I said, let me tell you something. Those are the last times anybody tried to our governments can't get together to have a peaceful time. So you think they all got together to do something like this?
Yeah, the entire world.
And you know what? It only kills this many people. Well, yeah. I read something the other day that made me laugh. You're not afraid of something that because it only kills 1% of the population, but you don't want to get the vaccination because 0.00009% of people might have a clotting issue, right?
You know what? Talk to anybody who's lost a family member to it.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh, yeah. Talk to somebody that's gone through it. And it doesn't. And you know what? It doesn't matter where it comes from or what it is. It's killing people. And you know what? It's killing people in different ways. Not only through contracting the COVID, people are taking their lives because they can't get out and do stuff. People are dying. They're dying inside, and they're dying, and it's so much more than just the pandemic.
You got the mental health issue. You've got job loss. You've got poverty, bankruptcy, the whole bit, and that's gonna. That you're right, Taz. That is a potential killer, and we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you know what? I'm blessed that we were able to move back into this place that we had, but we lost a bunch of stuff. We chose to downgrade because I started those companies at the wrong time, and we're done, and I'm broke, and every month I'm going into my savings because there's no work there. And yes, I'll go and work somewhere else, and yes, I'll do whatever I can to something we were talking. What's they say, hey, what's your fee? I go, what's your budget? And then I get agents tell me you got to charge your full fee. I said, you know what? Go take a big bag of sand and smack it around your head a little bit because you can't. I need to feed my family, not my ego.
Yeah.
So
brilliant line.
I am not proud. I'm a comedian. And guess what? The other day, somebody said, "Oh, we don't have a budget." I said, "Good. Just tell me what you know." They said, "What's your fee?" I said, "Here's my fee." "Oh, we don't have that." I said, "Well, what is that?" Well, let us discuss the budget. And they called me back and they said, "We don't have a budget." I said, "Okay. Well, what day it is again?" She goes, "Well, no, we don't have a budget." "I don't care." I said, "Give me 15 minutes of your time, and I'll bring laughter because that's important." These are all people. These are all people that are in the travel industry and have bed and breakfasts and stuff that people aren't going to. I said, we need to laugh. So they gave me 3 days in a row. I got 15 minutes at their lunch break, and I just brought the laughter because that's what's important, right?
Yeah,
We have to
that's
take care of
important.
each other. We have to make sure and we have to bring the laughter where we can bring the laughter. And if you can help somebody, help a neighbor. This is what the pandemic is about. It's about bringing everybody together, not forcing us apart. So
Yeah,
if you see that it's forcing us apart, then look at it a different way. Get off your high horse, and help. We're all in the same boat. Bullshit, we're all in the same boat. Here's what it is. Some of us are in kayaks, and some of us are in yachts, and the people that are in yachts should try very hard not to make a wake to knock over the people in the kayaks, and help and throw lifelines and be what you can be. And if you believe it's a conspiracy, there's nothing we can do about it. If it is a conspiracy, guess what? It's still happening.
Yep. And I work at Harvest Manitoba.
Yeah.
And our number's gone up 20%. We're now feeding, because of COVID, 90,000 people a month, Manitobans. 90,000. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
It's every walk of life. It's every walk of life.
Absolutely.
And it's up 40% or 35% or something, isn't it? Is that what are you up? I missed that part because
we're up 20 at this point. We haven't got the new number.
Because I know that
And 40% of that has their kids.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Kids and babies and things like that. And yes, use what time you have now to build what you want in the future. Because I always joke the only thing that I accomplished because I was so depressed was I grew this beard, right? And I do look like if Fred Penner was collecting money for the Irish mob, but
You do.
Well, mine's on the way back. It should be good by Christmas.
Okay,
so.
let's make people smile again.
What are we gonna do?
Okay, Taz.
What?
Tell me if you know this tune, okay?
Mr. Sandman, man me a sand, make him the cutest man corridor who can. Give him 2 sands, like Santas and Hanses. The Tana Santas and Hanses.
Hey, so what was wrong with that song?
It was the wrong words. First of all, that's all I know.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to get the full version of it, but with the lyrics written out, but it kept giving me an error. It was a locked.
That's like it was the Cordettes, 1955, I think. You want to hear something? You want to hear something very cool?
I'd love to.
Sure.
Okay, here I'm going to play you this. So, Johnny, the song that you illustrated, Seven Little Fishies.
Yeah, you had it done.
My first anniversary of Tazzy Reads, Freddie Penner pops on. Here's the song. I get a message from Freddie saying, "Taz, would you mind terribly if I put music to your song?" I'm like, "Hey, Penner,
Hey,
they stay on your side of the road, pal."
yeah, right. Like you're gonna turn down Fred Penner.
Let's see.
Okay, here we are. 7 little fishes. 7 little fishes swimming in the sea. 7 little fishes swimming with me. One swam up just to say, "Boop, boop, boop," and he swam away.
Beautiful.
Now there's 6 little fishies swimming in the sea. 6 little fishies swimming with me. One swam up just to say.
So he put music to it, and then I FaceTime him. And he says, "Okay, would you mind very much if I added like harmonica and percussion?" I'm like, "You're a world famous entertainer. I promised you that I would sing with you on stage one day because that's a promise I've made." Because
terrified of that. I'm
terrified to sing in public. And but that's the one thing that this Tazzy Reads. I sing every night. We're silly and we do stuff, right? So I said, yeah, and then I think we're gonna use your drawings and we'll animate the song and we'll see what happens.
What do you mean you think you're going to use my drawings?
Well,
I
there might be
labored for minutes over those
There may be
drawings.
somebody
What
better.
I'm saying is that I think we're going to use your we're going to animate using your
My creative design. So based on
cool.
my images, it's going to be animated.
That's what we're thinking.
I love it.
That's cool.
And then as Canadian entertainers, we're going to split a check for $87 6 ways.
Well, I wash my hands of any money for this project. I think Fred Penner.
No, get your $12.52.
Oh, I don't need it. Look at the coat I'm wearing.
Get your $12.52.
That's
Well,
awesome.
that's great.
Virgil from the WWE wants his jacket back.
All right, that's
Johnny
it.
Fever from WKRP.
Oh, for
in
Christ's
Cincinnati.
sake, try to be nice to me for once.
Okay, hey, you were on the news, or actually you were in the morning show for City TV.
You mean breakfast television?
Yeah, breakfast
What, are you
television.
under a rock? Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, yeah, I'm saying one of my favorite things is bloopers on the news.
Yeah,
So I put together a small compilation of news bloopers.
a copulation.
A compilation.
This is my favorite thing. Mark's like, "Hey, thanks for talking about that. Here's a segue to something I want to show you."
Yeah.
I'm so pale.
You're on it.
Today's snow is crippling much of the Washington lowlands.
DD Mangudu.
Once it's turned on, the sign will spell out Deli Cat Essen.
It's going to be areas of Drist and Mizzle. Drist and, what am I saying here? Mist and Drizzle. I literally combined both.
Here's some other great town names. Lititz.
Oh, it's Lidditz.
It's confirming the ground is now good to say. Oh, you've been joined by a beautiful lady.
It's a man, actually, Derek.
Who's?
I just kept hearing it. I'm ducking and everything. Died in the house. I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
Let's get excited about that 69. I mean, that's pretty good this time of year, isn't it? I know you're excited about the wind, but how about that 69?
Over the last 2 years, hundreds have landed in the Summit County Medical Examiner's office.
My brother used to break in our house and steal the TV.
But now he's dead.
A slight chance of some participation. It's rain. It's going to bring a possibility of some rain that will be moving into our area.
Did you grab anything when you walked out the door?
Grab nothing but 2 Tortino's pizza out of the refrigerator and my doggy, and we left. That's it. I tried to grab some other things, but they wasn't even worth it.
It's okay. Come a little closer. I'm going to stay over here by Joni.
Do they know each?
No, hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight.
I am.
Hold him tight.
I am.
All right,
I am.
You got him.
I am.
Oh, it's okay. All right.
All right, Joni, you got it.
First and last name, please.
Erica O'Donnell.
And can you spell first and last?
First-Last.
I meant your first and last name.
Well, the sign says that it's 4 quarters for an hour, but a quarter only gets you 15 minutes. Yeah. So if my math is correct, that's not an hour.
That's not an hour.
Not an
but
hour.
It is. And also...
A quarter, 15 minutes. Welcome back to Fox 2 News at 9 a.m. Time once again to get you caught up on your news headlines. For that, the Hamburglar.
It's your birthday. I'll let it pass. Thank you. No, I won't. I'll get you later.
But what we can say is that it looks for him in Uxbridge also something where there may be some concern. He had a 12,000 majority here.
12,000!
It's now down to 5,000.
5,000!
Some people think it won't happen again.
It won't happen again!
Thanks very much, Tim. Lots of people trying to get in on the act there.
Well, the best part is, the guy that comes in and goes, let me buy lunch today. Those guys.
Yeah,
those,
let me get it.
Right, I got it. It's a $2.99 burger. I'll buy lunch.
But, okay, well, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I try one of these?
Courtney, I would love to see my meat in your mouth. So I've got a burger ready to go for you.
First time I've heard that.
Well,
12,000.
5,000.
5,000.
Never happen again. never happen again.
I like to see that 69. Well, okay, good.
My
for you.
favorite was the Hamburglar. And
Did you see the look on her face?
It's your birthday, and I'll get you back later.
Well, I'm gonna whoop your ass tomorrow.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I should have started that off with this. Now,
yeah, but you
Chassis.
didn't, so it makes no sense.
Yeah, I should have.
You know, sometimes, Mark, when you should have, just don't.
Bada bing, bada bum.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have been a
That's
father.
why I don't. That's why if I'm halfway through a joke, I don't go, "Hang on, I want to start it this way."
Yeah, well, yeah, or just let it die a slow, painful death. So, before we trail off with you, what's next on your plate? And
Bacon.
and what?
Bacon.
Bacon. No,
what are you making?
You gotta watch out what you eat, Tazzy.
Oh, you know what? I'm on the keto, and I'm down to 240, 243, I think. So I'm pretty. What's going on this week?
So wait, you're on keto? You're eating the Green Hornet sidekick?
That's keto, but
keto.
that's okay. That's it. I only eat Filipino food.
Oh.
He was Chinese.
No, he
All
wasn't.
right.
He was actually Filipino, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Oh, was he?
I can't
Oh,
wait.
no, the guy who played him.
I can't wait for the emails. Okay.
Olympia and Pansett. I've got the week.
You can find him at daddytaz.com.
This week actually is going to be a lot of promoting of the show and my Big Daddy Taz and Friends show,
Yep.
and putting together my student self-love, my student self-care presentations, and just and updating my website, because it still says after a decade and a half of doing comedy, I'm like, it might be time to
put another 2 decades on that.
another decade and a half. So,
Yeah.
but no, it's great. And then just lots of stuff around here. I got another collection to appraise, and a couple other things that so a little mix of everything, pal. To be
I
honest
love
with
it.
you.
I love it.
And tomato soup tomorrow. I'm gonna make tomato soup. So there we go.
Yeah, and you do that all from scratch.
I do. I make tomorrow is dill bacon tomato soup, and I love cooking, and I love new recipes and things, and I miss, because it's keto. I haven't been missing the carbs a lot, but I do miss things like well, I guess noodles are carbs, but I miss my pasta, but I'm not craving carbs like I thought it would be. So.
Get away from my Pop-Tart. Here, Taz, I'll send you some Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that's okay.
Or as I like to call
I've
it,
already had diarrhea this week, but thanks. I appreciate it.
Diarrhea. All right, well, listen, buddy, we will talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll see you at Mulvey Market next weekend, and you're always welcome here, and you're best pal, and I love you.
I love you too, buddy. Maybe I'll pop on next Sunday, not for the whole time. Just pop in and see if I can pump the show a little bit, and then we have another book to write, Johnny. It's about a little boy who brings everything with him. He refuses to leave stuff at home because he might need it, and it's going to be called Just in Case.
See?
There you go.
That reminds me of Steve Martin in The Jerk when he was leaving the house.
Oh,
I don't need anything. All I need is my paddle ball and this ashtray.
And this chair. I'll take this chair. That's
the
all
new
I
phone
need.
books are here. The new phone books are here. That was my favorite.
These oil cans are defective.
Yes.
Getting shot at. Anyways, enough of that. Tazzy, we'd love to get you back on.
We'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you at Mulvey. God bless.
Lots of love, buddy. Talk to
You
you guys
too.
later.
He's funny.
He's a very good guy. And why did I say God bless?
I don't know. You don't
Universe
believe in God.
Universe bless. How's that?
You believe, have you ever heard the 2013-year-old man by Mel Brooks and
Oh,
Carl
yeah.
Reiner? And when he talks about
No, the 2000-year-old.
no, there's a second one.
Was there? I didn't know that.
2013-year-old man, and my dad had the album, and I used to love listening to it. And he says, "So, who did you pray to before God?" He goes, "A guy named Phil." Would you like to hear one of our prayers? He goes, "Sure." He goes, "Oh, Phil, please don't hurt us and break our arms and eat us."
I like that. I could go for a Phil. I think Phil would be a
Yeah.
good guy to go to. I believe. Before we get, I believe in the power of the universe.
Yeah, I know that.
The power of the universe is amazing. We're on a little tiny blue ball in the middle of vast space.
Well, we are, and to think that we're all alone in that vast space
Nay.
is ridiculous.
It's
It really
ridiculous.
is.
There's
And mathematically,
it's impossible. to think.
mathematically, we're just a minority in this universe.
I know. Aliens walk among us.
So yeah. I'm just waiting for the mothership. So John, you're an American.
Very good.
Yeah, I know. I can smell it sometimes. It comes off you. But through all of the crap that they're going through, they still think they're number one.
Well, that's the thing. You and I were talking earlier. I was talking to a friend of mine back home, and still says, "Well, America's still number one." And I'm like, it takes me back to the Jeff Daniels scene. I forget what movie where he points out it's not. And I don't mean to slam my mother country, but it's not number one.
It is a mother country. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's right. It's 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median house income, 4th in labor force, 4th in exports. And the only things we lead the world on, 3 things, are the number of incarcerated citizens per capita and adults who think angels are real. And the defense budget. Right now, we're currently sitting in the United States at over $700 billion for a defense budget, which is more than 26 countries combined. 25 of those countries are our allies.
Yeah.
So we have all that money for the military, yet they don't have proper health care for the people. And it breaks my heart. They
also have more pimps named Bubba than anywhere else in the world.
Evidently, they do. Thanks for bringing the whole thing right down.
Yeah, well, I'm just bringing it in your hometown.
Attaboy. we didn't have pimps in Rutland, Massachusetts.
What? The girls just worked on.
No, the highlight of the evening was getting a 6-pack of Schlitz and going cow tipping. Yeah,
that I've heard that's actually not real.
Cow tipping. I've done it. I physically cow tipped at Meisha's farm.
How would you push over a cow?
They sleep standing up in the pasture, some of them, and if you get it right, and they'll snap out of it as soon as they're falling, and you better run like hell. Never bull tip. Bulls don't like. I'm
gonna go milk the cow. Why does this thing only have one udder? Run!
All right. See, you had to go there.
That's actually from a movie.
Yeah. Well,
which movie was that from?
I don't know.
I can't remember. He goes, I milked the cow. Oh, Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin
with Woody Harrelson, and
and Bill Murray.
He's pretending to be the Amish guy.
Yeah.
He goes, I milked the cow, and he's got like a milk mustache.
Oh,
he goes, we don't have a cow.
Oh no,
that was terrible. But cow tipping. Whenever I hear anybody mention it, the only thing that I can think of is from the movie Cars, when they go tractor tipping.
I never saw it.
You've never seen it?
No.
Well, all the cows are little tractors.
Yes.
And the ones with the great big wheels on the back and the little wheels on the front.
Uh-huh.
Right. The old style tractors. And so they go out and they honk the horns, and the cows wake up and then roar, and they lift up, and then they fall onto their backs. It's like,
there you go. Another
fun.
reason to rent Cars.
Cars was a great little movie.
That was cute. It's Steve McQueen. No, Speed McQueen.
Speed McQueen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
All right. Well, enough down memory lane. Mark, what do you say? You wrap it up for another Sunday night, unless you got something else up your sleeve. No.
Have
All
you
right.
seen my tattoos?
Oh God, here we go. Why do I even ask?
You asked what was up my sleeve. Did he not? Anybody out there? Does anybody agree? He asked what was up my sleeve.
We know that. I'm going to bed.
Are you?
Yeah.